So first game up, Tobes, was the Crusaders, the mighty Crusaders.
With the fantastic logo.
Versus the Highlanders, and no surprises here.
No, none. We predicted them to win.
The only surprise possibly was that
the Crusaders,
second half was as flat as a pancake.
Hey, Pancake Day, how topical. Far out.
And there was a massive crowd.
Yes, there was. That was fantastic.
I don't even know
Day game.
I don't even know what the stadium is called anymore. It was AMI.
Day game.
Day game. Makes it more, cheap tickets, I think. I asked my brother, he lives there, and I said to him, did you go to the game? He said no. Typical non-true Crusaders fan. How much were the tickets? And he said they were cheaper. They were going cheaper.
Yeah, that doesn't really help us though, does it?
That tells us why it was full. But great game, first half.
Game.
Bridge was amazing. But second half...
You said Havili played well?
Havili played very, very well.
I think it was because it's a day game.
I think it was a day game. It makes a difference. But what was interesting was the Highlanders are starting to gel. And you know how we spoke last year about the fact they are a good team.
They are a good team. They've got a couple of individuals.
Yeah.
But
and Tony Brown. He's going to make some differences there. What did he say you said about Josh Ioane?
Yeah, so Tony Brown, I read something about Tony Brown saying Josh Ioane Tony Brown was going to mould Josh Ioane into a centre like Ma'anonu.
I find this ridiculous again. Because
why wasn't it on the ridiculous breaking news then?
Because you've just told me. Because Ma'anonu is about 18 stone.
Yes.
And Josh, small boy Ioane, is a fly out.
He's about 10 stone.
So he's not going to be a Ma'anonu, is he?
No, but he's got a great pass on him.
He's got a great pass. And he's playing pretty well at 12. I'm a big, not sure about it. I think they should play him at 10. But it's working for them. Next game up was the Rebels playing in some small stadium.
Yeah, it looked like a cricket stadium.
It did. I don't know where that was, but anyway, at home to the Sharks.
Day game. Another day game.
It was a day game.
Yeah.
You're right. I like the day games.
Yeah.
But there's no one was there, mate. No one was there.
I saw a couple waving a flag or two.
But Marpimpy and the back three.
Yes.
The back three from the Sharks are absolutely top class. In fact, you've got to say, they look like a hell of a team at the moment.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Team to beat.
Well, I know they've been beaten.
But they're looking real sharp.
Yeah, they do, yeah.
You would say that out of that South African sort of conference, they are looking great. I know that the Stormers arguably are doing better, but...
Well, the Stormers played the Jaguares, and I know that the score doesn't really reflect it, 17-7, but they looked on top of them most of the game.
Absolutely. I would say the Rebels, there's a little ray of hope there. You know, they made some nice things happen, but the big difference between them and the Sharks was the bounce of the ball seemed to go, the micro skills the Sharks had a little bit more than the Rebels, and that made all the difference. But here comes the shock defeat, as they say. There's nothing shocking about this. The Chiefs are losing to the Brumbies. I think it was at home.
It was.
Brumbies, Chiefs at home losing to the Brumbies.
The Brumbies just looked better.
The Brumbies are an incredibly well-coached, well-organised, oiled machine.
How good did they start?
Very, very good, yeah. And
what was it, 17-0 at half-time?
Well, yeah, it was 17. I think, did they not
17-5,
score?
17-7 or something like that.
But the Chiefs looked hapless.
Yeah. Not sure what that means, or even if it's a word.
But at home, you would expect them to do a lot better, start a lot better.
Yes.
And I think there is an issue they're having them not starting games well, but I don't think it's ridiculous that they lost to the Brumbies. The Brumbies were class.
Yeah.
And maybe they bounced back from the Highlanders the week before, gave them the kick up the bum that they needed. But the Reds, 64 points to the Sunwolves. It was
a cricket
5.
score.
Yeah, but
I tell you what, that reminds me of a New Zealand cricket score, 64 for 5. Not good.
At the moment against India, we are doing very well. Do you know what that showed me, though? It showed me, actually, the Reds are as good as we've been making them out to be.
Finally.
No, I don't think any other team will do that to the Sunwolves.
It'll be interesting to see week by week if teams actually do put on a lot of points. Because have we seen that for a couple of years?
Not for a couple of years.
I don't think so.
Not for a couple of years.
Hang on. Was it a day game?
Let's just say it was a day game. I can't remember whether it was a day game or not, but the young nine, forgotten his name, from the Reds was absolutely awesome. You've got Australian centre, but moved in.
Kurandrani?
No, not Kurandrani. What's his name? He's come back from playing overseas. James O'Connor.
Yes.
Playing at 10.
Was he?
Yeah, and playing well at 10.
Good.
Playing well at 10 as well. So
What's his kicking game like?
Don't think that he needs to use it.
No.
In that
He's
64 points to 5. But he's playing nicely. Some good offloads earlier. I mean, he's played at 10, 12 this season already. Yeah. He can play at fullback, can't
back, won't he?
I think he did used to play at 10 when he was at school.
Oh, many moons ago.
So I think his kicking game's all right, mate, to be honest.
Okay.
I think that's what he was kind of known for when he first came to the Wallabies, was that he had a good kicking game.
When he was a young whippersnapper.
Absolutely.
The Blues versus the Bulls.
Well, you've missed out the Stormers v the Jaguares.
Well, I kind of touched on it.
17-7.
Yeah, I kind of touched on it though, didn't I?
But the Stormers arguably should have won by more.
Yes.
Controlled the game a lot better. And
good team. Team to beat.
Oh,
They'll be the team to beat this year.
You think they're the team to beat this year?
Yeah.
That's interesting. I didn't think the South African Conference...
4 rounds in.
I didn't think the South African Conference was going to be that good this year. But actually, I think it's going to be the strongest conference out of all of them.
I agree.
And the Blues winning away from home to the Bulls.
How? Magicians.
They scored more points than the opposition.
Oh, wow. Yeah, good one. Very good.
Away from home.
Yeah.
Away from home, they did well. And, I mean, the Bulls have not been great this year, to be honest.
No.
But the Blues, I can't wait for Beauden Barrett to come back.
Oh, 2 more weeks?
I know. It's going to be amazing to see.
Does he come back in the 7th week or the 6th week?
I'm going to wish for the 6th week.
Okay.
But I think it'll be the 7th week. That's it, for the Blues to...
That's almost half a season.
For the Blues to have him, to pay him,
but not use him.
Not to actually have him.
Unreal, eh?
Because he's going to come back. You can't tell me he's going to be
fantastic
on it from the first whistle. He is fly by night, isn't he? He's a yin-it. Do you like that?
No. Rubbish. Let's move on.
So we are now... this is even Village, mate. I haven't even put it on large screen, have I? I haven't even put it on full screen, have I? It's just been Village. Round 4. Round 5 matches.
Oh.
This is more typos. I'm ashamed of myself. We've got the Highlanders v the Rebels. Who's going to win that game?
I would like to see the Highlanders win, but I'd also like to see the Rebels win.
Okay.
If that makes a bit of sense. The Rebels have been finally sort of hitting their straps and getting into a good rhythm.
But I think that...
And the Highlanders haven't.
No, the Highlanders have started to
Why do you always interrupt me? You're so rude.
Because you're always wrong.
The Highlanders will win.
I'm going to say the Highlanders will also win just by the skin of their teeth. Guess what rugby forecasts say?
What? Highlanders
by 13.
Oh my gosh.
Next up, mate, is the Waratahs v the Lions.
Waratahs are finally going to get a win.
Really?
Yep. Come on, the
At
Tars.
home?
At home.
I'm going to say the Lions are going to win.
No, Waratahs are going to win because
the Lions are going to win.
It's a day game.
They're going to eat them for breakfast.
Oh, Village.
But rugby forecasts say Waratahs by 2.
I would have said by 4, but it's me.
Next up, mate, Hurricanes v the Sunwolves. I reckon the Sunwolves are going to bounce back. They're going to be all over it. Ben Tio's going to be like, nah, they're going to lose.
I tell you what, the Hurricanes are going to blow them away.
Oh, no, I think the Sun will come out.
Oh, they're Wolves, mate. They're Wolves.
And they'll howl. No, definitely the Hurricanes.
Day game?
I'm sure it is a day game. Hurricanes, I think this will be an easy win, but it won't be 65 points.
No, I think
Rugby
I have to
forecast
agree with you.
say 23 points.
Oh,
23 points. Reds v Sharks. This is a tough game to call.
this is a good game. Good game. Reds have come off a great win.
Yes, they've come off a great
Sharks
win.
have come off a good win.
You know, it's interesting, because like the Reds with their young squad will do one of two things in a season. They will have no fear
Yeah.
and beat big teams and maybe lose against teams they should beat, or because they've been part of that squad that's lost, they will just lose more often than not unless they're a lot better than opposition. Like, for instance, they're a lot better than some Wolves,
Yeah.
so they really come out to play. I think the Sharks will win.
I'd like to see the Reds win, so I'm going to say Reds.
Okay, Rugby forecast says Reds by 1.
So it's anyone's game.
It's anyone's game. Stormers v Blues.
Come on, the Blues. The mighty Blues.
You think the Blues? You think? Yeah, I think the Blues will lose. The Stormers at home.
Yeah. And they've looked strong.
And the Blues, I think they've done well this year so far.
I'm surprised they've won a few games.
And I think they know they've done well this year
Yeah.
so far, and therefore they'll go away to South Africa. Mind you, they were away last week as well. But they'll come back and go, one win out of 2 is good enough, and therefore they won't front up as much. And I think they've got real issues at 10 normally.
Oh, definitely.
So actually, apart from that, they've got a good little team. But
Got a good 4-pack.
you
Good
know,
go.
9
good,
and 10.
Good, good go forward.
Yeah, 9 and 10. Oh, Patrick Tuipulotu.
He is an absolute
machine.
He's a brick shithouse,
Isn't he? You know Luke Romano.
He's huge
he's
as well.
a unit as well. They're of a similar ilk, aren't
Yes,
they? Just
definitely.
Patrick's like
Cut
10 years younger than
cut
Luke
from the
Romano.
same cloth.
So you saying the Stormers?
I'm saying Stormers, yeah. I'd like to see the Blues win, obviously.
Rugby forecast say by 6.
Closer than I
Stormers by
thought.
6. And last but not least, will the Bulls win or will the Jaguares bounce back?
I'd like to see the Jaguares win.
I think the Jaguares will win as well. I don't think they'll win easily.
No, I think it'll be close.
5?
Less
10?
than 5.
Less than 5. Wow. Rugby forecast say 1.
Oh,
You're good, eh?
I'm right.
You're basically, are you Rugby forecast?
I'm better than Rugby Forecast. I'm Toby Harris.
Excellent. Next up, we're going to talk over who will win the Six Nations.
France. It'll be between France and England, won't it?
Yeah, I think, let's be honest to say, I thought France were going to lose on the weekend, and they
Well, they won.
beat Wales.
Yeah, away from home as well.
Yeah. France, Wales. Yeah, there we go. It was 23 points to 27 to France, and that was they really deserved that. They were awesome. You know, playing at the Millennium Stadium,
Hard.
that is one of the hardest
Not many-
places to play.
Not many people win there.
No, apart from Wales, mate. They win a lot there.
Wow.
Italy, Scotland. Scotland made that look incredibly hard work
They
and
did.
boring. It was possibly one of the most. It was a typical Six Nations match.
17-0. But it was played up in
No,
Italy. It was played in
yeah.
Italy. Oh, I did. Double take.
Do you know that in Italy at the moment with coronavirus,
You can't say that.
they're not.
I might have it.
Yeah, well, yeah, we're looking at you. You do. They're shutting down a lot of sport over there, so that was pretty
They've
interesting.
shut down many cities.
So what's going to happen with the rest of the Six Nations? They've got 2 weeks before the next game. That'll be interesting to see if they even play their games. Even if
They will do, but they'll just play it
somewhere else. But the players have
all
still
without
been
a crowd.
But the players have still been in the area. They've been living in the areas.
No, surely they'll be living in camp.
Yeah, but even so, they would have been touching locals. Do you know what I
Whoa.
mean?
Whoa.
The local,
I wish I was.
the local ladies of the area. 420.
420.
So the last game we haven't spoken about is England v Ireland, and you
Yeah.
have to say, England were very good.
They were good,
England
but
were like-
Ireland did not turn up.
England were like they were against New Zealand, and
Yes.
New Zealand didn't turn up.
Defensively.
And they just started
Fantastic.
so fast, didn't they?
No, they look good. They look good.
When England play like that with Tuolangi in the centres, they are a team to be feared.
Yes.
When Tuolangi's not playing, they really just don't have that.
They don't have that punch.
That X factor that he brings.
Oomph.
You know, after something like 10 minutes, he'd run 100 metres.
I can run 100 metres in less than 10 minutes.
But you know what I mean? That's some staggering. That's how many breaks he made in the first 10 minutes of the game.
He made the gain line so much.
Yeah, amazing, really. So it comes down to who's going to win over the last 2 rounds. Now, what I'm going to say to you is this. I said that France will drop the ball at some point.
Yes. They've still got 2 opportunities.
Well, I don't think they'll drop the ball against Ireland. They will respect on. But I think against the old Scots, they'll go, oh, the Scottish are rubbish.
No, oui.
And they'll go, mind you, are they, I think they play...
They play Scotland, their next match is against Scotland at Murrayfield.
And I think that's where they'll drop the ball.
But then Ireland is at home, isn't it?
Yeah, I think they'll beat Ireland, but they'll lose against Scotland.
Yeah, but remember, they can afford to lose a game.
But then it'll go on points difference.
Yes.
And bonus points.
Yes. Have you got the table up for it?
No, I don't, of course. I don't. Have you got the table up for it, mate?
Shall I have a look on my cellular phone?
Yeah, you go and have a look at that. But England will win. England will beat Wales, and they'll go on to...
Are England at home? England are at home to Wales as well.
Yeah, and I just don't think it matters. They're just going to go and win, aren't they? Because they're going to beat Italy. That goes without saying. And they'll beat Wales. Wales are a wounded bull at the moment. And at Twickenham, it is a tough place to go to. That's for sure.
Okay, so France are on 13 points.
Yes.
England on 9. Ireland on 9. Wales 6. Scotland 6. Italy, you're on 0, mate.
So France have got the extra bonus point, haven't they, at the moment?
Yeah. Their points difference is also 24.
And what's...
12. Ireland 5. Wales 28.
Wales 28?
Yeah.
Wow. That's pretty impressive.
Well, Wales have played Scotland, haven't they? Italy, sorry.
Oh, yes, of course. I mean, and England have got that to play. They're going to get a bonus point there, aren't they, against Italy?
Who?
England.
Yes.
So they'll get a bonus point for that game. So it'll
Same with France?
France have played them, mate.
That was their bonus point.
France down tools halfway through the match.
Yeah, that was their bonus point, wasn't it?
I mean, England could have got a bonus point on Saturday, but they didn't push for it. They got 3 tries, and then they literally, in the second half, were pretty average.
They were, weren't they?
But they'd won the game, hadn't they?
Yeah.
As Eddie Jones has said, they could have declared. If it was a cricket match, they would have declared and said, go on, you have a go. And that's pretty much what... I mean, he came down...
I know, I saw.
And he shook the hands of all his players with 10 minutes to go.
Yeah.
That's confidence there.
I hate that.
Yeah. Well, Eddie Jones is an acquired taste.
Yes, isn't he?
But Eddie, again, if you're looking for an attack coach, I'm more than happy to stand in for you, mate. There we go. So rugby forecasts have got Ireland to beat Italy by 26, England to beat Wales by 11. I think that's a good shout. Scotland to beat France by 6.
Interesting.
Wow. Where's those stats coming from? Interesting. I'm not sure that I've done that correctly. I'm guessing I haven't. But anyway. And then we've got England to beat Italy by 24, France to beat Ireland by 1, and Wales to beat Scotland by 10. So very interesting finish. So who do we think will win the Six Nations? Well, you can cross out.
Cross out.
I said that, didn't I? I said that Ireland wouldn't win. And
they still can.
They won't win, though.
But they still can.
But they won't
Mathematically,
win,
they can.
But they won't.
Okay.
So
it's out of 2 now, really, isn't it?
It's out of 2. It's out of the French. But I've got to then now say it's
England?
more likely to be France. They've looked awesome over this competition.
Yeah, but like you say, they can be very...
has been just
class.
Awesome. Yeah, very, very good. And they don't really have any weaknesses.
No.
Apart from their potential national, we can't be bothered if we should win attitude, laissez-faire attitude. So that makes a real difference.
I'd like to see France win, but I think England will do it.
I would like to see France win. but I fear England will do it. If England do it, they deserve it, though.
Yeah,
If
definitely.
England do it, they deserve it. So let's go over the tables for Super Rugby. And we can see there that in the South African Conference, the Stormers are flying high.
Not scoring that many points, though.
But points mean prizes, mate. Points mean prizes. Look at that. 4 wins out of the last. I mean, Sharks not bad. 3 out of 4. And
Good for the Bulls.
good for the Bulls, eh? Geez, the Bulls, that's depressing for them. Hagiware's up and down. They look so good at the start of the season. The Lions and the Bulls, they're not out of contention completely, but they're not looking good. Look at that, mate. Look who's taken back the lead in the New Zealand Conference.
By 1 point. Early days.
So Crusaders.
On the Highlanders. God, the Hurricanes.
Hurricanes are down there, eh?
They've only played 3, to be fair.
Yeah, very, very true, very true. So you've got the Crusaders above the Chiefs, the Blues, the Hurricanes and the Highlanders, although I do feel that when we start going and playing overseas, it's going to be tough in South Africa this year.
Yes,
We'll
agreed.
hopefully winning more in Australia, but tough in South Africa, that's for sure. And the last but not least, we've got the Wallabies. Conference is the Brumbies leading, but look at the Reds. They've made that little step up, and the Sunwolves have made that little step down.
The Reds have finally won a game.
Look at that. That's pretty depressing, isn't it? You've
That's
lost,
great.
and won, and you're in second place. So
But they've got 3 bonus points.
yeah, they
Losing bonus points.
yeah, losing or
No,
4
they-
tries.
yeah.
No, because the tries are different, aren't they? They are different, but the Brumbies are leading, and they thoroughly deserve to lead that conference. That's for sure. Next week's topic, the big one. What is next for Super Rugby?
Yeah.
Very briefly, unless they get themselves sorted,
It's going down the drain.
it's going down the drains. Now,
Yeah. Don't go into it.
I'll just
Don't
go
go
into
into
a little bit, because
Don't go
this
into
is
it.
breaking news.
Is this day game?
This is breaking news.
Day game?
CVC,
Yes.
who sponsor the Six Nations,
Right.
there's a little twinkle of information that's coming out saying that they've put a little option that they'll pay more money if South Africa join the Six Nations.
I like that.
So it's not looking good
No.
for the Rugby
I
Championship.
think what they need to do is do a Pacific Nations Cup.
You've mentioned this before, yeah, and
Yeah.
you're absolutely right.
You know,
there's
You who
unfortunately
you
there's
bring
no
in?
money in it.
Who you bring in is Japan.
Japan, absolutely, yeah.
They'll bring in a bit of money. The USA.
Yeah, I think the USA,
That's a good one to target.
the USA is definitely something that if you're going to go down this road,
Yeah.
you have to get them involved.
Yes.
So that when they become big, because, let's be honest, they're in a position where they could go to Europe. They're like South Africa. Where they're situated is very convenient for them to choose.
Yes.
So, but Americans in general are very parochial. So therefore, if we give them the chance, then they'll stick with us.
Yeah.
They'll stick with us. But that's next week. That's it for today's
Yeah.
podcast, mate.
I'm glad it's over. Now I can go to bed.
That's what a poor attitude that is.
It stinks, eh? Can you smell that?
Yeah, that's just your normal.
Scent,
Perfume.
my normal aroma. No, hey, I think it's been a fantastic podcast tonight. We've had a few giggles, had a bit of a debate.
You've actually
Day
offered
game.
quite a lot of information today, Toes, which is really.
It's unusual.
I don't know.
It's
Have you
that
noticed?
coronavirus, mate.
Have you noticed? I've also got a shirt and tie on tonight.
I tell you what, you look absolutely dashing.
I think people need to make their way over to the YouTube channel just to see how dashing you look tonight.
I look.
And
Scruffy.
I've been in a parent-teacher evening,
You've got a great haircut too, mate.
she's sharp, mate. If I was
Is
any
that-
sharper, I'd be
is
a
that an
samurai sword.
Is that an extra 2 fingers off the top?
I don't have a 4 head, everyone. I have a 5 head.
5? That's generous. Gosh.
And I'm a maths teacher. I can't even count. But anyway, mate, it's been a pleasure
Yes.
to entertain people for the last hour.
Yeah, it's
But
been
until
good.
next week, I'll catch you later.
Over and out.